Hello guys, I'm Timothy Earle with Earle Sports Bets. I'm joined here with Nicholas Earle, and we've got another edition of Earles versus Girls week. Is it week 6? I thought it was week 7. It is week 7. Wow, we're already 7 weeks in, and we'll go ahead and pull up the standings. Destiny's built herself a little bit of a lead. We go into this. Destiny's in first place, 16, 13, and 1. So really good week last week for Destiny. I know she went 4 and 1. I'm sitting at 14 and 16, which is in second place, barely. Sydney a point behind me at 13, 16, and 1. And Nick, you're somewhere down there, 11 and 19. Kind of a rough run for Nick, but it is what it is, and there's still plenty of season to make up ground. We'll go ahead and jump into it. I'll start with the first place person, Destiny. Going with the Falcons off the rip. They are going up against Seattle. I understand that one. I'm kind of on the fence with the Lions play because I was actually looking more towards Minnesota in that one. But she's going to be on the Detroit Lions. I do agree, however, with the Philadelphia Eagles. I think the line's too small against a Giants team that I'll talk about that in a minute. She's on the Jets. I cannot endorse that at all. As a Jets fan, there's no way in hell I would even come close to betting the Jets, but good luck to her. I hope they win. And she's taken her beloved Ravens. She's a Ravens fan. That makes sense. They've actually played well the past 4 weeks. They have won and covered for contest picks in the last 4 weeks. So I understand that one, going with her Ravens. Going over to me real quick. I got the Cleveland Browns. They're against the Cincinnati Bengals. I do not believe the Bengals should be 5.5-point favorites on the road. I think that is crazy. And plus, AFC North matchups normally tend towards the dog. I'm going with the Green Bay Packers as 2.5-point favorites against Houston. Once again, I'm not super high on Houston. And I will say, Green Bay is right there for the division. Don't look too far off. I know everybody's in love with the Vikings that are still undefeated. What are they, 5-0? 6-0?
Yeah.
6-0. Because they've had they had a bye week. 5-0. The Vikings are 5-0. The Detroit Lions are there. Green Bay's 4-2. They're right there as well. So I like the Green Bay Packers there. I'm on the Eagles. I just don't. This Giants team will show its normal self. I don't think they're that good. Is that actually a +6 for the San Francisco 49ers?
Nope, I typed it in wrong. It's +1. It's -1.5. I never updated that one.
All right, I'll update that when you go over your stuff.
Also, for Sydney, the Giants are +3.5.
Heard. I'll fix those two when you go over your stuff. Sorry, I'm still taking the Niners, and then I'm going to be on the Cardinals. I like this Cardinals team. I think they take care of business against the Chargers. All right, Nick, I'm going to fix the Giants one for Sydney and the Niners for me. Go ahead and talk to us over you and Sydney's picks.
Yeah. I'm against Sydney on a couple. First two specifically. The Cincinnati Bengals -5.5. I'm on the same page as you, Tim. I don't think they should be laying that many points on the road. And they're on that 5.5 number. And I know a lot of people are super low on the Browns. So I'll get that. I'll go into that a little bit deeper. I'm also on the opposite side of the Texans here. I think the Packers being favorites are for a reason, but she's on the Texans there. She's also on the Lions. I do agree with that. I'll get to that in a second. She's also on the Giants. I agree with that. I'll get to that in a second. And then again, that I haven't really looked too much into the Raiders plus the points. Looking for, ugly dogs. I will not argue with ugly dogs after we saw a public palooza last week, and which is why I went 1-4. Because basically every public play won, which was extremely frustrating. For me, I know it's ugly. I'll take an ugly favorite, though. I'll take an ugly favorite versus a public road dog or a public dog. A lot of love for New England this week. I saw 70% of the tickets on their spread. I'll lay the points here with the Jacksonville Jaguars to bounce back after the debacle in London last week. They were in London last week. They're back in London this week, and New England had to travel. So I think this situation extremely favors Jacksonville. So I'll lay the points with them there. Give me the Browns. Love me an ugly dog. This is a very, very ugly dog. I get it. Not a lot of people love them, but I think this is a good spot for the Browns. And one thing I have noticed is whether the Browns are good or the Browns are bad, they've got Joe Burrow's number. The Browns have dominated this matchup since Joe Burrow took over as quarterback of the Cincinnati Bengals. So I do think that this Browns team may not win this game, but I think they can cover at the very least. Just way too big of a spread between for them. And actually, the Bengals won last year, but that was without Joe Burrow. Previous to that, the Browns had won 6 of the last 7 meetings. So there's that. I'm on them Packers as well. I think the Packers being a favorite is kind of telling in this game. There's another public doggy, the Houston Texans. So I'll go ahead. I'll fade those public dogs. Give me them Lions. And this is pretty plain and simple for me. I get it. They're playing the Vikings, and I've been very wrong about the Vikings this year. But I think the Lions are the best team in football, and I'm going to take them as a dog. That's my pretty simple cap with this here. I've been backing the Lions all year long, and I'm not going to stop now. I think this is the best team in football, and I will back the best team in football as an underdog. And then I'll finish it off with the Giants here. I think this number is very telling as well. And this line, I believe, has dropped a little bit. I think it went from a 4.5 to a 3.5 as well with everybody on the Eagles. And I think the Eagles are the most public play of the week, if I remember seeing that right. I'm not 100% sure about that. But give me the Giants here, and I'm probably going to take the under in that game as well. But I'm going to be on the Giants as well for that for my place there.
There you go. Those are all of the plays for Earles versus Girls. Let's see if I got to try to make a comeback to catch Destiny. Me and Sydney, close race. Nick, good luck. That's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys for watching, and good luck on NFL Sunday. Oh.